Hi everyone, Alex Love here with KCTV5 News. We're at St. Luke's East Hospital in Lee Summit, and I'm joined today by RN nurse Shelly Barnett. We're talking about the dangers when it comes to the heat. If you leave your baby or child in the car, we're about halfway through summer. It's been a scorcher outside almost every single day, and it can be more dangerous than a lot of parents out there may think. So Shelly, thank you for your time. Let me first ask you, we've been out here for maybe just about 20 minutes. I'm already sweating pretty bad, but when you have a toddler or a baby and they're in conditions like these, is it more dangerous than it would be for grown adults?
Yes, it sure is. They cannot adjust their body temperatures like adults can, and so they don't have the ability to sweat out to control and regulate. So oftentimes we don't see the common heat exhaustion signs that we would see in adults and infants. More of that drooling, fussy, dehydration, not having wet diapers, nausea, vomiting, those types of things.
Yeah, there are a lot of warning signs to be on the lookout for now. And you know, in this age group, they really can't communicate well by saying, I'm really thirsty or I'm so hot. What are the warning signs that parents should be on the lookout for in that area?
The nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, no wet diapers, fussy, drooling, or lethargy. They just fall asleep for no reason, and which is untypical behavior for them.
Okay, good to know. Now, I learned right before we started this interview that Shelly's been doing this a long time, and the experiments that she does to see this for herself shows. So you came to work recently, you put a thermostat in your car. Tell me what the temperature was when you first got here. After a normal day when you left your shift, how hot was the car?
So when I first parked, I parked in the shade. I have a white car with blacked out everything and put as many window covers up as possible. The original temperature was 77 degrees, and after a normal work day, when I got back in my car, it was 135.
135 degrees Fahrenheit
Yes.
after just one day sitting in the shaded area?
Yes.
How long could a toddler or a baby last in those conditions? Because I don't even think I could for really long.
Typically, you can see the temperatures rising in under 10 minutes to triple digits.
Wow, unbelievable. Now, it's also not just when you're in the car already. Before you get into the car, what should parents really think about when it comes to checking the car seat object, in the first place? Because you made some interesting points before about how those can absorb heat, even as you're trying to cool down the front of the car.
I typically recommend, if you have the ability, to park inside in a cooled garage or to pre-cool your car prior to putting the infant in, and checking the seat itself, because underneath the fabric is just metal and plastic, so it does retain heat pretty well. And so just making sure that it's not too hot on their back and their legs before you put them in.
And also, I understand that, if you're at home, the car could still be a danger. If kids are being adventurous, they want to play inside. I mean, I used to do that as a kid, pretending to beep the horn. But in conditions like these, how is that dangerous?
So typically we recommend that you put the keys up and out of the way from children, because when they are playing outside, the car is an ideal hiding place that kids think of. And the unfortunate part is that not oftentimes can they get out of the trunk. So if they do crawl into the trunk, that's typically the last place we look, and that's typically where they're at because they can't get out.
So, bottom line, if you realize your child is having any heat exhaustion or a heat-related illness, calling 911, should be really important. But what could you do right there in the moment to try to cool them down?
Well, definitely calling 911 is your first line. Stay on the phone with the dispatcher until paramedics arrive. If they're conscious, trying to get them to do sips of water, putting ice packs like on wrists and like their feet, just to kind of help cool down their body temperature. A fan, nice cool area, taking off the clothing that if they have layers of clothing on, to cool them down as well.
Have you heard from your colleagues so far this summer of seeing a significant increase of children and infants coming in with any heat-related illnesses that stem from either, of course, being outside, but also, in the hot car conditions?
Absolutely. It's pretty typical for a lot of the hospital ERs to see quite a few heat exhaustion related cases. Unfortunately, since school's out, not everybody has daycares or childcare or summer school. So if they don't, sometimes parents are often left with the unfortunate option of leaving their kiddos in the car while they're working. And even kiddos that are older don't always know to get out of a car if they're getting too hot.
Yeah, it's a lot of changes in routine, and I think that's the last really important thing that I'd like to touch up on with you. You know, I'm not a parent yet. It sounds crazy to me that you would forget another living person that's sitting in your car, especially your own child. But with a lot of changes in routines for new parents, or even just the school year being done, talk to me about the mentality behind that. Is it really that easy for people to forget a child in the car like this?
It actually is. You would think it would never happen to me. I would never do that until routines change and you're the primary dropping off of the child at daycare, and for some reason you can't do it, so a partner or somebody else is taking that kiddo. So making a check-in system just to make sure that they did drop the kiddo off, putting something important in the back so that they have to get in the back seat and remember, so that they don't forget their kiddos in the back. But unfortunately, it happens, and change of routine is like the biggest cause. You're not used to it, and so it's not one of the things you automatically do routine, like tying your shoes.
And just by following those routines, you really see that a lot of these injuries or, God forbid, deaths of children from the heat in a car, they can be prevented, huh?
Yes, for the most part, they can be prevented. And especially if you have a network of family and friends, if you can call in somebody to watch them, that is the best option. But even older kiddos don't know to always get out of the car.
All right, Shelly Barnett, we really appreciate your expertise and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Reporting at St. Luke's East Hospital in Lee's Summit, I'm Alex Love.